I prefer to be around normal people and live normal life as opposed to living an internet life, you know? Sometimes people make their situation seem so great when really they're really lonely and their life sucks and they're really very selfish and they have nothing in their life except their social media account and bodybuilding, you know? And so I try to fill my life with more real things to where if bodybuilding is ever over, I can still try to live a fulfilling life. I can still have ways of trying to touch other people if bodybuilding doesn't work anymore. For some people, if bodybuilding is all you have, you're willing to die for it because you have nothing else, you know? And sometimes that can make you a bit overzealous. You try too hard, you want it too bad, you know, and wanting it bad is good, but not to the point where you're being stupid, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure your health comes first, you gotta make sure your loved ones come first, you know, those type of things, right? So having a balance in everything. I think bodybuilding, you know, the fitness industry alone can make people narcissistic. I believe social media can amplify that, but I believe if we could try to avoid that and remain humble through the process, that would make us better people, you know what I'm saying? And that would also make us better role models and better inspiration. It's important to try to be a good person first and then be a good athlete. You know, a lot of times we focus so much on being a good athlete that we don't put any focus on being a good person. Life ain't as superficial as this sport can be, you know, and just keep it real and be humble, you know. So for those guys that's coming up, be humble. Take your time. You know, don't try to rush getting into the sport, feeling like you got to reach certain benchmarks at certain times. A long time ago, I was that kid, you know, I was, you know, a bad little boy. I was living in the projects, low income, getting in trouble all the time, no future, right? I have been working since I was 13. The legal age to work in America is 16, but I was working at 13 to help pay bills at the house, help my mom. I could buy my own school clothes, I could buy my own school supplies, so my mom wouldn't have to worry about that stuff, you know, buying shoes and all of this. And I wanted to be able to do that so she would have less stress. There would be times where I would be at the gym at 11 o'clock at night. There would be times I would fall asleep at the gym because I'm so tired. I wake up on the floor and it's 3 a.m. You know, I just laid down between sets for a second. I fell asleep in the locker room at the gym. I fell asleep in the parking lot at the gym before I even went in because I was so tired.
Come on, Steve. Yep. Come on, get it good. Come on. Come on. Come on, man. Go. Yep. Drive.
When we have time for the soldiers to eat breakfast, I would go do cardio. They eat lunch, I go do cardio. You know, after we finish with the soldiers for the day, I go to the gym on my way home. you know, there was a time where bodybuilders, just by being a muscular person, you were popular. Whereas nowadays, you know, bodybuilders are not popular. They're kind of like underground. It's an underground thing, you know, and we kind of get looked at like zoo animals. And I wanted to bring that appeal back to the sport, you know, to where it's not so extreme and is actually all inspiring, you know, and makes people want to get off the couch and start exercising and things. And that's what I want to try to do. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to stick with what I'm doing and pray that the people will eventually say, you know what, man, I kind of like how Cedric looks. When I first started competing, you know, I just said, I just want to grow some muscles. And I won some shows and then turned pro. And then I said, you know, I wonder if I could ever get Arnold to notice me, you know, and so there was a possibility for me to go to the Arnold Classic. And my goal was, I'm gonna get him to know who I am. I'm gonna get him to notice me. And when he did and when he acknowledged me, for me, that was first place trophy already, you know what I'm saying? He said, I think Cedric should have won. He is what a bodybuilder should look like. He is my favorite.
Everything was absolutely flawless.
It was banging.
Your posing was extraordinary. Yep. The lengths, the way how long you held your poses.
Yeah.
And you were calm. There was no shaking there. You showed confidence in your face. I mean, it was a straight 10.
I just want to give a shout out to this little kid. He 8 years old. And he at home laying on the floor in the living room watching Conan the Barbarian. And he turned around and he looked at his mama and he said, I want to be a muscle man when I grow up. And that little kid name is Cedric. Hey, I did this for you, baby. Let me see that twisting back double bicep pose then.
Boom! Yes! He
Very
did
nice.
that.
Good to see you, my friend. You look fantastic. Good luck. And I hope I see you again soon, okay? Thank you.
Like I said, if I never win another show, just to be noticed by him and for him to acknowledge me is my #1 trophy.
The speech will go down as the best, I don't know, is it an acceptance speech, victory speech in the history of bodybuilding? Because it was ridiculously funny. The timing was incredible. The way he brought the other competitors up with him and recognized them.
Why are you always thinking about bringing people together in a sport where it's so individual?
Because I have been backstage already or on the side clapping when, you know, whoever the winner is there, you know, basking in their glory. And I know what it feels like to be a loser. I know what it feels like to feel worthless.
That was actually one of the most lovable things about Cedric was he could see the greatness in everybody else.
Yeah.
Like he would even treat me like that, and he was miles above me in competitive terms. And he would even treat me like that. And I'm like, he just had that. It's funny, you know, I said this to Paul earlier today. Him and John had a lot of the same qualities. They just could get the best out of, they could see the best in everybody they were talking to.
I don't deserve this. I'm just Cedric from fucking South Carolina. I'm nothing special. I was never supposed to be nothing in life. So my goal going into it was to influence enough people to create more of me, to create more people that wanted that type of bodybuilding, to create it more young athletes that look at me and they want to be this. You know what I'm saying? When I'm done competing and when I'm retired, I hope that there's 20 Cedrics on stage now. I remember when it was just one. Now there's 20 and they're actually winning. My job is done then. I still challenge people with this question. When you die, what do you want to be said about you?